Hello, Internet. This is Lord Mad Dog, and I'm coming at you with something completely new: runtime character creator using MetaHumans. So, MetaHumans has a lot of wonderful features that are great for gaming, and some things that are not. But a lot of it is really good, like runtime animations on faces and whatnot. That's really good for animations on your face, and nice looking characters all around. But one thing it lacks is an actual character creator that works at runtime. And what I mean by runtime is I mean that you can change things at runtime. Like body size, body head here, body neck. So that is what I'm currently working on. And as you see here, I have already set up these sliders. I have them set to way extremes. But you can see here, you can create pretty much any type of character that you want from this. So like if we want to make a really big character, like we can make our arms thicker, like just like this. Here we are. Now, of course, you're going to have to make now, as you can see, the skinning on this is not the best. I have to redo the skinning on my underwear. I just had to put the underwear on quick because YouTube does not like naked people. So that's so I made a bra real quick. So you cannot run around. YouTube will not let me have a naked breasted lady running around. So here, I have the head too big here. So we're going to go over each one of these settings here and show you them just really briefly, because you can see, well, like, okay, so you see here, I used lower arm size. I've already used upper arm size. So hand size, you can increase the size. And if you were to shrink down the body, you see here, and we have the hand size big, we could easily make like a dwarf-like character. All right, so, or if we don't want hand size, we could make like a vampire-like character, or maybe like a werewolf-like character. Okay, and then chest size here. This is like the upper rib cage, not the actual boobs. So there's that. Then we got the boob jiggle. So if I turn boob jiggle all the way off and we jump, you see the boobs do not jiggle. But if I turn the boob jiggle all the way up, we got boob jiggle, but that's too much. We probably wanted about 30, 25 to 30, I think. Yeah, that's not bad. That seems about right for boob jiggle. Okay, we got boob size. Obviously, you can increase it. Like I said, I have it so you can make a little bigger than what their sliders are really extreme, or make them really small, like that. Boob length. This increases the how far they're out. So if you want kind of like a smaller A cup, but you still kind of want them to have a bigger area of the chest, so boob size, but in closer. There we go. So you got that there. So boob size 40. Then we got boob height, so you can make them saggy, or really a pin up like. Like I said, every single one of these, I have it so you can be extreme on them right now. So you probably want to like cap right there and probably cap right here on normal sliders. But right now I'm just working on working it in, and it's really easy to change the sliders. So and then we have in and out. So let's say I have really big chest here, and you've seen how they were clipping together. So we have in and out. So we move in and out. There we go. So even if you got big boobs, they do not clip. You can change that. Let's change back the boob size to something a little bit more decent. Well, not decent, more realistic. Okay, and then we got rib cage. This is the lower rib cage. So this, not necessarily the boobs, but it's like your chest area. So lower rib cage. Okay, put that back there. Upper waist. So we can start working on making a fat character, or we can have a really skinny character, lower waist. So there we go. We're getting kind of cartoony-like character, kind of stylized. Oh, I forgot to put his hand size back here. Where's the hand size? Hand length. It's really kind of nasty. There we go. Then we have down here, lower. We have butt jiggle. So if I turn the butt jiggle off, see, the butt does not jiggle. The thighs do, because there's thigh jiggle. But if I turn the butt jiggle all the way up, you get a lot of butt jiggle. We probably wanted about 10 from my testing, but 10 is pretty good for butt jiggle there. Yep. Okay. We have butt size, so you can have really big butt, and the butt height, butt lower. You can have the saggy or not saggy, right there. So probably about right there is probably about cap for where you normally have the thing. Then we have thigh jiggle. Oh no, pelvic size. So this helps you make bigger, smaller characters here. So we're gonna make kind of like a Barbie character here. Okay, where is thigh size? Here, thigh size. So we got thigh size. Like I said before, it's clipping to the pants because I do not have it properly skinned, but you'd have to skin it properly. Just really quickly put on there. Or make it less close to the skin, most likely. There we go. So thigh size. Upper legs. Okay, thigh. Did I do thigh jiggle? No, I did not talk about thigh jiggle. So thigh jiggle's right here. As you see, the legs don't shake, but we put the thigh jiggle all the way up, which is going to be way too much. There we go. You can see the thighs really jiggle. So as I've said, just about with the butt jiggle, it's probably just about 10 right there. It's pretty good. It's got that lower, like the whole body jiggle. That's about right. Then we have thigh size, which I've already shown. Okay, upper legs, so you can make fat or really skinny leg people. Lower leg, so kind of like lean leg lady. That's funky looking. And then you can go all the way. Like I said, I made it so you can do these extreme elephantitis and the pelvic size. There we are. We a 300-pound lady running around here. Okay, back here. We thigh size. Oh wait, not thigh size. It's leg size here. Back down to about 100, which is the 100 is about default. Then we have feet size. So we walk out here on the edge here, so you can see the feet as they easier to see the feet. You can change the feet size. No feet. Super feet. Okay. Okay, and then with the feet, right now the feet can go through the floor, but that's because I don't have the IK set up. I just didn't want to mess with messing with the IK. So, but if you set up the IK properly, then the feet obviously can't go through the floor. Okay. That's with the body morphing here. I did not mean to do that there. So we've got a kind of funky looking character slightly right now. We have our thing we've got here over here. We can zoom in on the face, we can zoom in on the body, we can zoom in on the feet. So we're going to jump onto the face here. Pretty good looking character here. So we're going to skin. What we got for skin character, we can change this. So actually jump back out to body size here. We can change the skin color. Just like so. We can make him red skin, and then we can also kind of like not make it so apparent that it's red here. Well, actually, we kind of make it more white or red. You kind of want to stay kind of, well, whatever. I made it so you can do extremes. So we can come over here. Obviously, we can get a dark skin color here, character here. So we've changed our Asian woman into a dark-skinned Asian woman here, and we can do pretty much anything along that line. We can make it brighter, lower, darker. Okay, so skin texture. And then we can come here for face. So we have a total of 8 deco that you can put on the character. This is basically tattoos, runes, scars, anything like that. I'll go over them after. I'll go over each of the settings and I'll tell you turning them all on. So like what I've already kind of set up. So here, tattoo is like, see, tattoo rune. So rune is more like a fade on, and tattoo is more like a tattoo on. So we got tattoo. Okay, we can change the position by either pointing at the texture, or we can come down here and change it manually. So it's a little bit more fine tuned. So wherever we want it. And then we can change the scale. So it's, right in there. We can also change the design just by clicking on this. You can have as many designs as you want. See there. I have a data table that you can easily just click on the data table and add your design. So we've got, we were going to go back here. We're showing off this one. Okay. We got emboss. So that is, it's kind of hard to see through the, what's it called here? Let's see if I can make this a little easier to see. We'll turn down the opacity. There we go. Emboss, basically whether it, let's see, it's kind of hard to see here. Kind of like a brand. Embossing is like the bump mapping. So like as if someone had branded her, or if you had got a scar. So you can make that really deep or make it bump up instead. Like after if you get branded, that'd be kind of like that. So we'll talk about like, let's go ahead and see if we're about making a scar looking like thing here. So we're going to come down here to our rotation and we're going to kind of make it go right around her neck as if she was kind of slashed here. Right there, that's kind of good. We're going to go ahead and change the emboss to imprint. There we go. So you can see that, and then maybe a little bit of opacity, change the color to match more kind of like that. There, so it kind of looks like she had a scar at once. She has a scar running down the side of her arm. I mean, not arm, clavicle there. So we got for embossing, we've got glow. So if we want to glow, so let's go ahead and like a magical symbol here. We got glowing, and that's probably for more like rune style. So we have put our opacity up. We got our glowing, and then we have blink speed. So if we want the rune to blink or not, we got blink all the way up. Blink rune is blinking. Then obviously we've already messed with rotation a little here. So we want probably to put this over here on the corner of her body here. And we'll rotate it kind of like that. And so there, we now have a nice little design here. Probably put the blink speed up, change the color to purple, make it less bright purple, kind of glow a little bit lower. There we go, and turn off the emboss. And now we kind of have like a magical rune on her, right there on the clavicle. And we've got the other ones I've already kind of set up, just examples. So you see that one's more like a faded rune tattoo. This one was on her forehead, kind of like a blinking rune tattoo. Up here, face 4. This one was on her chest, like an actual tattoo that was designed on her chest right there. That's not my style of tattoo, but you know, some people like that type of stuff. Okay, then on our body, see what I've set up there, like a glowing magical red tattoo. I like the magical stuff. Okay, so we come down here, select this one. This is the other chest. And see here. This is right here as if someone had kind of branded her. She's got kind of like an old scar from being branded. And we've got up here, which is like a very faded scar right up here in the corner here. So these, now she has like 4 different, total of 8 different things on her right now. If you can make them bigger, smaller, you can make them even the size, because I have this set up perfectly so you don't have to worry about it. You can even have it covering the entire, big enough to cover most of the arms and legs and stuff of things. And then you just point exactly wherever you want it. Which one was this? I think that was, yeah, that one. Okay. So, and then as I said, it's just like pointing at it here. We'll make this more easy to see. Opacity, and I can just move it around here on the skin. See here. So up here by the chest, on the body, or over here on the arm, over here on your other arm. It's really easy to place these, or on the foot down here, right there on the foot. You see down now it's down there on the foot. So you can just kind of see exactly where you're going to, so this, if I put it here on the back, right there on the back, so see has like a, if I change the emboss on the back, make it bigger, like maybe she got hit by, I don't know, a massive bear-like creature, and we see that it is touching the neck seam, so we're going to want to move it down just a little probably. There we go. So a creature, a really, really big creature, just kind of put a big old slash into her back. All right, so that is pretty much what I have for the character creation system at the moment. Now, next things I've got to work on is being able to change sex, having different presets, and the face. Right now, we cannot morph the face, but I will be setting it up so we can morph the face. We'll be able to change the face from, like Asian face to African American face to our English face or Australian face. We're going to be working on that next and character and sex change. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Let's go ahead and make some funny character here real quick. You can change your body size, head size a little, neck size, shoulder width, shoulder size, make it up upper arm a little. So now we got a Dorito type style, the V style character. Kind of hand size, chest size. Oh wait, yeah, that's it. Upper body. She's a really big bodybuilder now. Oops, wrong. That's not what I wanted. I wanted rib cage. There we go. Yes, now we got ourselves a wild looking character. All right, so that's basically what I've been working on. I hope you have liked this little expose. If you have, likes, shares, and comments are always welcome. Lord Mad Dog, signing off.